Hello and welcome to the Fire Ferry channel. Um, I'm back on Nimby Rails. I've been busy, very busy, spending lots of money, putting in fast trains. I wanted to just give you guys an update, show you how things are going. Today I'll be building, as you can see in the description of the video and the title, I'll be building the circle line. For the sake of this game, even though the Circle and Hammersmith line on the London Underground system run on the same track, for the purposes of this game and because of how platforms work and links and extensions to lines and stuff, I will be building two separate lines. They'll run concurrently next to each other, although in real life they don't run next to each other. They run on the same track. They use the same types of trains. They literally just have slightly different livery, and the interior of the trains themselves are different. The day to day, 10 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday, pretty normal stuff. I'm going to fast forward it till Monday morning, probably Sunday night, and then I'll get cracking. So I'll lay the stations down with you chaps, and then I will speed up when I'm actually laying the track, I think, so we can just go through it together. I'm going to be starting to put bus routes in. There are some doppelganger placeholder mod things that look like buses that run on the tram lines. Although trams are very slow in the game, 45 kilometres an hour. I think it's about 20 miles an hour. I don't think it's very fast at all. But the tram lines can run anywhere, so I will still be using tram lines for the local bus routes. They'll be mainly in places like Hastings and Eastbourne, probably Portsmouth. I've got some other places that Ashford, perhaps out this way, could run faux bus routes. I've made some mistakes. I've made a few. I'll tell you where I've made some mistakes. So refunds I don't care about. That's just money that I could have collected and I should have collected, but I didn't. And they're normally the reached depot. So they're on the train. They don't get off at the last stop, whatever it was. The train doesn't go to the last station as it would do in real life. There's no way I can program it to do that without absolute micromanaging of each train, and I'm just not going to do that. So because that's not possible in this version, might be possible in the future, but it's not possible now, you're always going to get reach depot. That is still preferable to running the trains all night. Although I don't collect that money, running the trains all night always costs more than whatever the refunds were. So putting trains in to depot at night time, different times for different lines, but putting the trains in is actually really important. Where I do seem to fail, and I'll show you how badly I fail, is the waited too long. I've made a mistake with the length of some of the platforms, and hence the length of some of the trains with how many people they can collect. Now on a Sunday I can't really reflect it, but there are some stations where it's a proper bottleneck. During a weekday, Red Hill is an absolute bottleneck. There are so many people waiting here. Now it's 5,000 is the max that can wait, but I had to put in a new high-speed line. If you look here, there are two lines here. One is a tunnel, one is a viaduct. Otherwise I wouldn't have been able to fit them on the route. They had to go in. Also, where I placed my depots, I was a bit silly where I placed them. Sometimes I was placing them so they were facing the wrong way, so that they were running towards the next stop and then having to turn around and go back before they could actually run anywhere. And then some of the trains were, the people on the platform were then saying they were waiting too long. My fault. Utterly my fault. one of my big bottlenecks and where I suffer on a weekday is Brighton. If you look here, these trains are waiting, which is the only way I could get to clear the amount of people that sometimes are waiting here. Now the way that I work out too long, so the Ashford Express, I know 143 people on this line feel that they waited too long. Where they waited too long, I can't tell without going to each station and checking it out. But you get an idea for where there are bottlenecks. So like Edgware to Camden, no problem at all. Waited too long. Now I know why this is. The train starts here. By the time they get down to Finchley Central for the first train in the morning, some of these passengers feel like they've waited too long. Not much I can do with that. Morden to Kennington, once again. There's some trains arrive at Kennington waiting for their train onwards to Morden, but I haven't started any trains from Kennington. I put in plenty of platforms and stuff. I could put more platforms in to deal with this issue, but I don't feel the cost benefit. Some other stations, so this one here is this line here, and they feel like they're waiting too long for the first train. I start them at Littlehampton, all of the trains, and that first train in the morning, by the time they get to Bognor Regis, the people here feel like they've waited too long. Only 19, but the refunds, compensation, that's the one that costs. Refunds don't cost. That's just money you haven't collected. That's not money that you've lost. Compensations is money you've lost. So they've got a refund on their ticket, and then they've taken 475 off you. So if I go to year and we see how much money in compensation I've given just this year, 2039, over 7 million in compensation. That's a lot. That's a lot. So as you can see, I've had to take out a loan. I've been paying it back steadily. Let's have a look. Loan 1. So it's over 10 years. It was 3 billion. The balance is only just below. I've paid that much interest. You know, it is what it is. They're taking it off me steadily, surely but steadily. But these are the waited too longs there. That compensation, 7 million. I looked up what is the average compensation of the entire network, and there aren't actually any figures in relation to it, which is a bit odd. So probably the companies, they're all stock related companies, they probably don't want anyone to know. But this is a fairly good one. If you go to lines and then click on profit, but compensations, it will give you a good look. So I know that Three Bridges to Ford, which is this line here, has the heaviest compensation for that day, and that's one of my best indicators when I look at compensation. I'm pretty sure it's Horsham that has the issue. It has a catchment area of 3,250, but it only holds 800 on the platform. At peak time, especially on a Friday, this station's a nightmare. It's an absolute nightmare, and there's not much else I can do from this line. Anyway, that's the state of things. Let's get on with building the Circle Line. So the Circle Line starts at Hammersmith. Now for this I'll be using a schematic of the London Underground, a London Underground Transport for London tube map, and Google Maps to work out where I should be and what I should be doing. Just to let you know. So the first station is here. This is one part of the station. So Hammersmith and City Line is here, and the District and Piccadilly lines are actually over the road. There is a tunnel that links the two, but they're actually a bit of a walk from each other. So this will be the first place I'm going to put down a track. So this is going to be 200. There we go. So that's probably a bit far out, so I'll do that again. We'll do it from here. Now I need it to be as low down as possible because I've got to put in the other two lines at another point. So I'm just going to put these lines in together. Now this one's the circle line and one is the Hammersmith and City. Oh, silly me. Right, the next station along the line is Goldhawk Road, according to the tube map. Goldhawk Road, if my memory serves me correctly, is straight up here. Oh, can you see what I've done here? So this is Hammersmith. So done. And click on it again. Right, done. So the next one, Goldhawk Road, is, let me think, is just about, well, this is Shepherd's Bush, so I'm pretty sure Goldhawk Road is somewhere here. I think it's actually here, Goldhawk Road. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's just here. So I'm just gonna get myself. Oh, actually, look, there's the line there. Look, so this is overground still here. So 200 meters. I think it's actually a viaduct line. That one in real life. The next one is Shepherd's Bush Market, which is just on the other side of here. I think it's this bit here. So click here, Shepherd's Bush Market, just there. Right, did I put that one? Oh, that's Shepherd's. They're both Shepherd's Bush Market. So let's just do this one. This is Goldhawk Road. There used to be a BBC like studio here or some such. So the next one is, I think it's Wood Lane, and just next door to it is the Central Line. Right, let's see where I am here. I am in the wrong place, I think. I think it's just here actually. Wood Green, yeah, it's that one there. So once again, another overground. Even says underground D. Right, I'm guessing that is Wood Lane. So we'll do that one. Wood Lane. Done. So the next one on the line is Latimer Road. I know it's Latimer Road because I used to get off at this station. Now weirdly enough, I think I've put it in the wrong place. Look, see where it says Underground D? So let's just get rid of that and start again. So 200 meters. Because I know that Latimer Road is here somewhere. I actually think it's here. See where it's a little bit thicker. Or is it there? Let me just have a look on the map. it actually crosses over this road. It's a viaduct, so I can do that. Let's do that because I can. There we go. Not bad. So you can see the line kind of goes round. And Grenfell Towers here, that horrible fire that happened. Let me just try and remember. It's one of these here somewhere, I think, is Grenfell Tower, where that horrible fire was. Can't remember exactly where. I'm not from this part of West London. I'm not from any part of West London, but it's here somewhere. Anyhow, sip of my tea. The next is actually, let's write. I'm supposed to write on these. That's Wood Lane. Wood Lane. Actually, it's separate two separate ones. This is Latimer Road, I think it's called. Latimer Road or Latimer. I think there's a school in the area called Latimer, but it's Latimer Road. Latimer Road. Then Ladbroke Grove. So Ladbroke Grove is where if ever I'm going to the Notting Hill Carnival, this is the stop I normally get off at. It's just along from the Westway. This is the Westway. I've got to try and get my bearings now. There's a main road that crosses the Westway. I think it's here. Yeah, look, Westway. So I think Ladbroke Grove is actually that road there. So Ladbroke Grove is an underground station. So I'm going to put an underground station. Tunnel station. And we're going to put it just here. Oh, that's a bit big. A little bit big. That's it. So this is Ladbroke Grove. So these are favourite. Well, not favourite. These are famous stations in London. Not famous, but they're well trodden. Many people, at one point or other, people have been in these stations for events or whatever. So the next one I'm looking for is Westbourne Park. Westbourne Park is on the way to Paddington, and there's lots of lines here, and I'm pretty sure Westbourne Park, if I just remember, pretty sure it's on the bend here. And there are lots of stations and whatnot, but the main line into Paddington is also here, and this is where the Circle line joins. Pretty sure it's on that bit there. Let me just consult Google quickly. Yes, it is. It's on the bend. It's actually on that bend, so you can't do a bend on here. It's an overground, so I'm just going to cut straight across. So from here, 200 meters, and there we are. This is Westbourne Park. Westbourne Park. Done. So I believe, if I consult the Oracle, that is the tube map. I believe there's another stop here called Royal Oak, but I've never got off here and I don't know the area that well. But I'm just going to consult. I think it's here. Just in relation to this park, it is just here. So it's actually this side, because all of the train lines go under here. So it's Let's outdoor stop again. So that's no good. I have to move that across because it's blocking a road. That road you see there is actually part of the station. So we just need to move this down a bit so it doesn't block the road. Completionist in me. Right, click on there. Royal Oak. Royal Oak. Now, I'm going to put in the link in the description, a video from another YouTuber called Jago Hazard. I watch him occasionally, being a Londoner, and he explains the circle line to not really be a circle. It's actually more of a spiral on the map. It is actually a circle. The lines do join together technically, but they have a little spur line, which is the Hammersmith to Edgware Road bit. So, but on the map it looks a bit like a spiral rather than a full-on circle. Right, I'm looking for Edgware Road, which is where I've gone quiet. Pretty sure Edgware Road's around here somewhere. There's Paddington Quay. So it's actually called the Basin. It's north, just on the other side of the tracks here somewhere is, just trying to remember, when you come up Edgware, this is Edgware Road here, and this is the A40 Westway, which takes you over to Heathrow and west of the country and stuff. It's more of a motorway than the A road, but and Edgware Road doesn't. The Edgware Road for the Circle and Hammersmith doesn't actually sit on Edgware Road. It sits just off it. I think it's here actually. Pretty sure, or it's in that bit there. I'm going to put it here for the sake of the space, but I'm pretty sure it's here somewhere. So I'm just going to put it here. Does it fit? Does it fit? Yes, it does. Just going to adjust it. Now, when I go to build the other lines, I'm going to have to be creative because they don't all share platforms. Sorry, they don't all share the same area. They say they're the same road, Edgware Road, but there's actually loads of stations. Loads of platforms rather for each one of these lines. Anyhow, so now we're starting to encroach on Victoria Line and various other lines in the area. So it will actually get worse before it gets better. So I think the next one's Regent's Park. I'm just going to consult the Oracle, and no, it's not. Regent's Park is on the Bakerloo line. The next one I'm looking for is actually Baker Street, which is strange because that's Baker Street. So let me just double check that, because it doesn't look like you can get onto Baker Street from the Circle line. Let me just have a look. Yeah. Yeah, so you can go to Baker Street from on the Circle line. So I'm just going to look. So Baker Street is actually, this is Sherlock Holmes, Madame Tussauds and all the other bits and bobs are here. It sits just here, so that's where it's going to go. Ground, hopefully it will fit. I can't see a, there we go. That's convenient. Sherlock Holmes, I can't remember what number Sherlock Holmes lived at on Baker Street, but it's where Madame Tussauds is anyway. Baker Street, done. So the next one I think is not Regent's Park. Regent's Park is on the Bakerloo line, but it is not on the, just double check that. No, it's not. So Great Portland Street is the next one, which is just on from there. So Great Portland, so that's Regent's Park is underneath that. That was dug out to create Regent's Park. Great Portland Street, I think, is actually inside that bit there. So it's definitely underground, so I'm going to have to do an underground. So 200 meters, a bit bigger than I hoped it to be. Never mind, let's have a look. There we go. So that's Great Portland Streets. So we're Great Portland Streets. Don't worry, I won't make you sit through me putting the actual stations, the lines in. So from Great Portland Street we go to Euston Square, which is not to be confused with Euston Station. So Euston Station is here, but Euston, not Houston, Euston is actually down here somewhere. I'm trying to remember where. So it's in this bit here, and it is underground. So let's just have a look. So it's actually a viaduct. Should I do that? Actually, I'm going to do a viaduct station because it is a viaduct station. Right. There we go. So that's chewing into other, what's the word I'm looking for? Other catchment areas. Euston Square. I might as well write the whole thing out. Done. Right. So from here we are now moving to King's Cross, which is not far at all. And I have to be a bit creative here. It's not quite as is in real life because I've just had to be a bit creative. So these are 200. So these are definitely underground. So need this to be 200. None of them are 200. Don't know why I did that. Right, that's that one. So then it heads in a wicked joke. It starts to head south almost immediately to Farringdon, and Farringdon is definitely underground, but it's not because you've got the Barbican, you've got Farringdon Road. Trying to find. Let's have a look. I'm trying to remember it. So that's Mount Pleasant, Clerkenwell. I know this area. The records office for the used to be here. Museum of the Order of St John. You've also got the Gray's Inn, which is the middle of the city. So this is actually sort of hitting the middle of the city. I just don't know where the station is. So I'm just going to type it into Google, and it's telling me it's down by, well, it's not far from Chancery Lane. That doesn't seem right. That's strange. That's really odd to me. Well, if it's saying it's there, it's there. They're right. So but there's a station at Barbican, which is almost immediately after, and that's the. So it's just the station at Barbican, sort of here. There's Farringdon Road post office, which is almost next door. I think it's this. I think this is, that's Benjamin Street there. So yeah, I think that's it there. Don't remember it being positioned there, weirdly enough. I always remember sort of coming out on this road and being able to walk down that way. But it's saying it's here. Can you see all the lines and stuff? Right, so this is out. Technically it's outdoors. It isn't really. There's a roof, definite roof and things on top of it. But anyway, there's lots of lines go through here, so I'm going to have to leave some room. So I'm just going to put it here. Let's do that. Farringdon. There we go. So the Barbican's very close by. I know where that is. The Barbican is here somewhere. I just need to find the exact place. Let's have a look. So there's the... So I'm just trying to get my bearings. I like to try and recognise it myself without having to rely on maps and whatnot. Point of pride, I'm afraid. So I know this roundabout, so it's definitely north of there. It is City of London Girls' School. I think it's over here somewhere. There. So, ground again. Sort of that sort of orientation. Barbican. Barbican. How long have we been doing this? Quite a while. Bless you if you're still in this. Right, goes past Moorgate but doesn't stop there. And then this is the first time that we're going to get Liverpool Street Station. So it goes past the London Wall. There's Mile End. I'm looking... Well, Moorgate is very close to Liverpool Street. There's that. This is Liverpool Street here. I recognise it instantly. Right, it's definitely underground here. Strange how the line goes straight past Moorgate but doesn't actually touch it. Weird, isn't it? Anyway, so all of the train lines for Liverpool Street come in this sort of way. There's a couple that go directly north, but on the whole I don't even know if they do go north anymore. I know Shoreditch is up here, Shoreditch Station and stuff. Pretty sure that's that bit there. But anyway, I've got to put it in. I'm going to eat in on Moorgate, but I don't mind. We're going to put it as a tunnel station, and it's going to go about... Let me just have a look here. Yeah, it's going to go here. About there. Like so. I think I just put a... Did I just put a station in? Yes, I did. Right. Liverpool Streets. Might have to adjust the station during laying the track. Liverpool Street. So, next from Liverpool Street is Aldgate. And Aldgate is a weird station because there's an Aldgate East, there's Aldgate, which is the terminus line for the Metropolitan line, but there used to be another station there somewhere, and everyone used to, it was like a little tiny spur line, I can't remember what it was called, but it's there somewhere. Got Tower Hill as well, which is really also for Fenchurch Street. So, not quite sure what I'm going to do about Fenchurch Street, but anyway, let's do the Aldgate. The Aldgate is... I'm trying to remember my Map of London. So this is Whitechapel. This is the A11 here. I'm pretty sure it is. That's Prescott Street, I think is there. So Aldgate is here somewhere. Pretty sure it's here. Yes, because Aldgate East is over here. I think that's Aldgate East there. So this is Aldgate here, which is right on the boundary with the City of London. So tunnel station. $200. Come on, blow me. When you zoom right in, it doesn't off. Take it out here. Right. Aldgate. So it's called the Aldgate because there was actually a gate for the aldermen here, and this was their gate, and they were responsible for its upkeep, and they were and it was a gate where they didn't have to pay a charge going out of. Right, the next one is Tower Hill. It comes around on a wicked curve, notoriously slow, and a piece of the London Wall is here somewhere, and it is and Fenchurch Street is there. Can you see the gap in the line? That's the Fenchurch Street line there, and Tower Hill is, if I had to guess, it's on this green here, just here, and it's pretty sure it's a viaduct station. So we're going to go here, and it even fits 200 meters. Check that out. I'm very impressed with that. Right, Tower Hill. So next on my adventures is Monuments, which is supposed to be within walking distance of the bank, but if ever you have to do a monument, you will disagree wholeheartedly. It's also on the Northern line. I've just got to double check it is actually on the Circle line as well. It says it is. Yes it is, but they're a little bit of a walk, but for the sake of this I'm going to have to put it underground and attached ever so slightly to this. So artistic license, unfortunately. So start about here, 200 meters, about there. Right, that will also increase the capacity of it. I'm just going to double check if Cannon Street is on the Circle line. Right, so there's another station that I'm going to be able to put here very close. That's Cannon Street there. Blimey, it's within touching distance. Ridiculous. Right. This is a tunnel also. I'm going to put it across there, underground. Oh no, what have I done wrong? Tunnel. So this is Cannon Street. All the overground lines will go under it, or will go over it. Pretty ugly, but nothing much I can do about it really. They're all very close together here. Cannon Street done. So the next one, which is almost within spitting distance as well, is Mansion House, which is a bit inland. It's on the way to St Paul's Cathedral. So there's St Paul's Cathedral, and I know that's Cannon Street. Actually, Mansion House is on Cannon Street, and Cannon Street is not on Cannon Street. So this is Cannon Street here. Runs all the way down to the monument. So the monument's called the Monument because it's a Great Fire of London. Pudding Lane is there, and there is a monument to it. I'm just trying to work out where Mansion houses. I think mansion houses here, which look how close that is to. I'm just going to consult Google Maps. One moment. God, it is. It's actually on that interchange. Look how close that is. It's here. Okay, right. Tunnel again. It's not actually. It's over. It's just been covered over. But I'm not going to argue because it's going to go right across here. This is going to be a horrible line, really, isn't it? Although some of the catchments are huge. I mean, look at this one here, right? This has been chewed up by so many other places. Farringdon, even though its area is being eaten up by all the others, it's still 3,500. And Cannon Street, Mansion House, even though it's not a full circle, it's 3,000. So you know it's going to get plenty of money. Right, next is Blackfriars. I just need to double check that on TubeMap. It is Blackfriars. Okay, now Blackfriars also has. Just going to try and work it out from the bridges now. I'm going to cheat a bit. So that's the Millennium Bridge that goes from Bankside all the way over to St Paul's, and the next bit along is the Overground, which is here, which is Blackfriars. This is the City Link, and Blackfriars Overground is actually, I think it's actually on the bridge. So part of it hangs over onto the land, but I think some of the platform is actually over the water. So I need to put the circle line underground and about here, so that it will hit the overground when I get to that. So Blackfriars, called Blackfriars because there used to be monks there that wore black habits, the black hoods. Right, it follows the curvature of the Thames now until it gets to Embankment, which is here, and it actually goes overground here. So 200 from here. Hopefully I don't have to go as a, I don't think it's going to do it. No, it's not. So it's just too, it has to be a tunnel. Right, it's 200. There we go. It is actually a covered station there. Then from the Embankment it will take me round, I think it goes to St James's. Oh, what am I talking about? It's got I've got Temple as well here somewhere. So there is a tiny station, I believe that's here somewhere. I can never remember where it is. I think it's called the Temple. Oh no, I've made a mistake. It's unlike me. It is actually a separate station. Everyone just calls it that in London. Right, so where am I? Oh god, I'm lost. There we are. Blackfriars Embankment. Right, there is actually a station here which has got a separate name to Embankment. It's called Temple. And the reason they've got separate names is because they were run by separate rail companies, and for whatever reason they're separate. I need to actually unentangle that. Let's have a look. Let me just have a look and see where Temple Station is. Let's have a look. It says Embankment Station is also Temple on Google Maps, so even Google Maps has got this wrong. So I'm going to rename this Temple Stroke Embankment, because they are actually occupying. Oh, that's not used for a temple, is it? No. I just had a. Forgive me, I just had a massive brain fart. Alright. I couldn't spell for a second. Right, so Westminster Station is here. How it fits, how the circle line fits there, it's actually underneath Portcullis House. This block here is Portcullis House, so I'm going to put it underground because it is underground. We're just going to go straight across there. Big Ben apparently. So there's also the other lines that run through here. I think oh, just dropped a spoon. I think the Jubilee line runs through here. That'll be one of the last ones to put in. I find the entire line superfluous to other. There are so many other ways to get around. Like, you really don't need. You just don't need the. Sorry to say, you just don't need the bloody. So there's St James's Park, but it's not actually near St James's Park. It's. Oh, I suppose it is really. Let me just. I think St James's Park is here somewhere. Let me just have a look. I went to school around here. This is where my school was, Westminster, Westminster City. I just got to try and work out. This is Victoria Street here. So this is Buckingham Gate, which goes into the Mall. There's Buckingham Palace. We're running a tube line directly underneath it. Is that factual? Yes, it is actually. Yeah, right. I did it right. Anyway, around here somewhere is St James's Park. For the life of me, I can't remember. I know it's here somewhere. I think it's here. This is the headquarters of the Underground. Yeah, it's here. Right. So it's actually overground, and it's. Let's see if we can get the whole thing in. It'd be handy if we can, because it is a tunnel leading into it. There we go. St James's Park. St James's belongs to him. Named after him, whatever you want to say. Right, the next one is Victoria. So here we are. Here's Victoria. And there is Victoria Line, and there are the main lines. So actually, it's over here. We, for the sake of this, are going to run it across here underground so that it all links in. So something like that. Right. I think it actually loops down a bit more, because the next station is I think it's South Ken or Sloane Square. Sloane Square, which is you can actually see it if you look carefully. Oh god, what have I done? Let's get rid of that one. So I should be able to spot the damn thing. There's the oratory. Pimlico, it's actually a square. It is actually a square. I just need to spot it. Actually, I think that's it there. Yes, that's it there. That's Sloane Square. The station's actually there. Right. I'm not mad. How does it get from there to there? It actually runs that way. Oh, because it actually runs down. I've done it wrong with this one. So let's get rid of that. It's actually got to run more down here for it to make sense, I think. It's supposed to run down for the line. So I wonder how we do this. Something like this is actually what we require. Yes, right, that's better. So then it runs, believe it or not, it then runs back up like that. Yeah. Okay, so that's Sloane Square. Sloane Square. So next is the museums at South Ken. So I should be able to spot these things. South Ken Farmers Market, no. That's the Brompton Road there. That's Cromwell Road there. So I think the station's here actually. Yeah, it is. Right. I'm quite impressed with myself with that one actually. Even though you lot might not be. Right. Right, let's go across here. It's something like that. There are loads of exits from this station, like underpasses, and they all go to the museums and yeah, they all go to the Museum, Natural History Museum, the Imperial College London. You know, Harrods is up there somewhere. That's quite an important station, really. There are other tube lines run through here as well, actually. I think the Piccadilly line or the District line, not sure. I do know the Piccadilly line runs to the next stop, which is Gloucester Road, which is literally stone's throw. You can walk from one to the other. It's ridiculous. It's by the Cromwell Road. I'm pretty sure this line here, it's sort of half underground, half overground. Very strange line. Pretty sure it runs here. So let's do this. 200 meters. I'm not going to bother too much with overpasses and stuff in this area. It's just too difficult. But then they did it. Maybe I should. I'm probably going to have to take a after I finish. I mean, I haven't even finished the bloody platforms yet. So by the time I've finished, I'm probably going to want to get another loan. Right. The next station I think is here, which is High Street Ken. Just going to check tube map, just make sure I haven't missed one out, and lo and behold, I have not. So I'm sharing with the District line at this point. So let's have a look. This one's actually ground level, and it's going to go just here. So bang. High Street Kensington. High Street. So we are going full circle now, because this particular area is not a million miles away. If I just show you from where we were building Ladbroke Grove, Hammersmith, Shepherd's Bush, So we have actually come full circle, which just goes to show the centre of London is so densely packed, so densely populated. So High Street Ken, and then the next station is Notting Hill Gate, which is on the other side of the park, where there is a fork in the road. I know that because I've got lost around here before. I'm pretty sure it's here, and it's definitely underground. Let's have a look. So pretty sure it's here. I know that the central line runs that way as well. So let's have a look. 200. Right, so this is Notting Hill Gates. Many people get off here for the Notting Hill Carnival. I advise against it, and I go to Ladbroke Grove purely because people try and get on the station here after the festivities, and then they find it's packed and only letting about 30 people in. And then you end up walking all the way down this road until you get to High Street Ken, and then there's more restrictions there, and then you end up walking to Gloucester Road or getting a bus to Hammersmith, or as I've done many a time, when I get to Notting Hill Gate, if I can't get in the station there, I take a bimble across the park and literally walk back to Victoria, because it's just, but if you aim for Royal Oak or Ladbroke Grove, it's not so bad. And some people say, "Oh no, I'm not going there. I'm not going to Royal Oak. It's a big council estate." And trust me, there are plenty of police around. If you're that way inclined, if you feel unsafe at travelling through London, there are some places in London that you'd be foolish to go to. But there aren't, too many of those places anymore. There used to be a few of them. Won't lie. But they're not that bad anymore. Right, next one is Bayswater. I used to get off at this station a lot, and there's a big Greek community in this area. Well, I say Greek, Orthodox community. There's a huge, I think the Orthodox Cathedral for London is in this area, but I always get lost. Right, it's time to consult the Oracle. That is Google. So Moscow Road. That's Moscow Road there. Oh no, it isn't. I think Moscow Road's this one. Yes, it is. So Bayswater is just below. It's just here. Right, that's weird, isn't it? Look how tight that turn is. Wow. I'm going to put it there just so you can see. That's really tight. Let me just look at the schematics. My God, it is actually that tight. Yeah, the turn. It's a 15 mile an hour turn there. And that's the max speed. It says 15 miles on the... wow. Well, that's what I said I was going to do. Let's do it. Tunnel 15. So we go here. 200. There we go. 15 mile an hour turn, no problem. In fact, it's so bad it actually sort of comes back round on itself a little bit. I think I'll be able to recreate that in this. Right, let's have a look. Now we sort of head north, and we're looking at Paddington. Well, we know that Paddington is here. Now there's going to be a shed load of platforms here. Now Paddington Circle Line is actually just here, but for the sake of this, I've got to put it this side. Pardon me. I've got to put it this side of the road. I've got to put it this side of the road because this is where the main line stuff is going. So I've got to put it here, whether I want to or not. So I'm going to put it as a tube line because it's going to have stuff built on top of it. What am I doing? You doing this or not? There we go. Paddington. Let's have a look. Yes, right. Paddington. And, right. So last but not least is actually a second platform at Edgware Road, and the reason is that it is a terminus. It is a terminus for this line. So I'm going to run 2 circle lines, I think. I don't know, I'll have to experiment actually. Right, let's have a look. I've got to put another platform in. What did I put here? I did put overground, so I might put a viaduct this time. Don't really want to, but I think I've got to. Right, slower platform, but it won't really matter because I'm going to end up packing the damn thing out with trains anyway. So, ladies and gentlemen, all the platforms, as far as I can see, I'm just going to double check as I'm going around. I will double check, but I'm going to put everything in now, and for you I'm just going to speed it up. You don't need to see me doing this bit. I'm going to play it at a really fast speed. I'm really sorry for the amount of time it's taken, but it is a humongous line. So anyway, I will do that now, and I will see you in a bit. Bye. Hello and welcome back. So I have set, I don't know if you've been paying attention, but I've set everything up. It should all be running now. The only thing I need to do is set a speed. I'm going to set it to 65 because there's so many kinks in the line. I'm also going to set it to 20 seconds. So that's 3 minutes. There's 42 trains on this line. It still should be 3 minutes per stop, I'm hoping. I'm going to leave it on accounting and then we're going to go. We're going to see what's the score. Now this is a Sunday. This is the best time to run this. So I'm running trains from either end. So there will always be people waiting this end. I'm going to whack it up. And we're going to see what sort of numbers we get at different stations. This line should be quite profitable, really. Where is it at the moment? Let's have a look. Well, it's not even on there. Well, already it's I mean, some of these are not making any money. Look, Portsmouth Harbour to Ford is an absolute loser at the weekends. This is just a weekend thing. That's losing so much money. Look, Portsmouth Harbour to Ford. That's really not making any money at all. Just no one at these stations. But anyway, I anticipate this line to be very profitable. The trains are very cheap. They hold a hell of a lot of people. Stations like Victoria will start to get even more people in them. Which in turn will cause horrendous problems for Clapham Junction on a weekday, because I've made a mistake with the length of the trains and things. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. It was a very long episode, nearly 2 hours to record it. So I'm going to merrily build stuff, and when you come back there'll be more stuff on here. I'll have some more profit and continue to pay some stuff back. Because on a Sunday, it's now my second most profitable line. So you know, this is going to be a good money earner. Trains are cheap. They hold a lot of people. There's only 3 minute gap between each one, which is about right. Thanks a lot for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll report back in a few days with how this went. Thanks a lot for being patient, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.